Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We are The Shade's Tale, an Ironclaw Second Edition actual play game. And well, we weren't here last week, so we're going to start with a recap because I think everyone could use one. And then we're going to go around and reintroduce our characters, talk about their mottos and their goals, and then we'll get playing. So let us begin. Last session, you guys had decided to pick a fight. Maybe pick a fight is not the right term, but you got yourselves involved in a fight with a cult of heliodromes, fire magic wielding sun worshippers who had taken up residence in a sacred cave in the wilds of the Phelan territory. You guys managed to subdue the heliodromes, but not before they could summon a fire elemental that you then also managed to subdue, killing the magic of the mountain for all time. Well done. You then decided to return to the Phelan village, where they were grateful that you drove out the interlopers, the outsiders that had stolen their sacred territory. But while you were speaking with their chief, you noticed that a temporary traveling companion of yours, one Artful Allen, seemed to have been captured and thrown into jail for crimes that he committed on Phelan territory. And you guys decided that you would help him out by arguing for his defense. Anushka managed to nullify the charges of thievery against him by trading away her prize pistols. And you guys leveraged the good deeds that you had done in Phelan lands to basically talk the chief into turning Alan over to the rest of you. So altogether, you headed back south towards Harrowgate, where you intend to recollect your carriage. And at the gates of Harrowgate, you bump into a group of quite ornery gate guards, wolves that taunted you the first time you tried to get into the city. At this point, they were taunting a lemur who looked a little bit like a ragtag ragamuffin who was trying to get in, and they were giving him trouble for it. And the party distracted them, and this lemur took that opportunity to skirt by them and run into the city. The wolves were going to deny the rest of the party entry, but said that they would allow it on the condition that the party finds this lemur and turns him over to the city justice. And they gave you guys 2 days to do that before they said, we're coming for all of you, and we're going to throw you all in the dungeon if you don't. So you guys are like quasi-wanted by a bunch of jerk guards. It turns out that this lemur in question was Dan, a new party member. And when you guys managed to catch up with him, he introduced himself. I believe he kissed Anushka on the wing like a gentleman, which really pissed off Alan, who apparently has been harboring feelings for Anushka this time. Alan got into Dan's face, and I think Dan slapped him or punched him, and this seems to be escalating to the point where it looks like a duel over Anushka's honor. Really, Alan's honor is about to break out. And as that is going on in the background, we also have Connor has just bumped into the factotum of the noble girl who sent them north into Phelan lands in the first place, little Lionella Lennox, who is, very interested to hear about their adventures. And apparently she's got other work that she wants to speak specifically with Connor about. So that is where we left off.
Can I make a correction or a clarifying question?
Please.
Sure. I don't recall them being threatened with jail if they didn't capture me. I remember them getting a writ that gave them the authority to capture me with a reward.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
I can be correct. That's why I'm asking clarification. Am I wrong? Because that's what I remember.
That's probably correct. That's probably what I said. Basically, if they catch you, they'll probably ask you to pay the money that you... Well, actually, the party already paid your money. They probably want to ask you to pay a fine, and if and when you couldn't do that, they would throw you in jail. So that's why, in my mind, those are the stakes. But first, they have to catch you.
The party wasn't threatened.
Right. Oh no, the party was like a casual thing. They were given a writ that said like, "Hey, you guys find this guy, turn him over. If not, your accomplices, and we're basically coming for you." It's a little bit like,
Right, but they already paid, though, is the thing I'm saying. Is that they paid for themselves, and then
yeah,
they paid for me for some reason. And then
yeah.
they were given the writ to capture me.
This is definitely. I agree that it's definitely overblown. Um, in my mind, though, these guys are like the worst. These guys have a little bit of power, just the tiniest amount of power, and they will abuse it to the end of the world. Like these are the asshole cops of Harrogate. In my mind, Harrogate doesn't have a lot of. I mean, many of these places with any kind of authority don't have a lot of respect for outsiders. These guys like doubly so. So yeah, they're doing whatever they can do to uh, make your lives hell just because you momentarily inconvenienced their lives. And so that's what that writ is about. So yeah,
And
you guys are kind of quasi wanted. Yes, Connor?
I do remember one of them said his king could kick my king's ass, and I'd like to kick your ass, and that started a whole big thing too.
That's right. Yeah, it's petty. It's incredibly petty. And also, I mean, I think that there's a chance that these guys will get very, very drunk and forget. Um, so it's a soft thing. It's a soft limit. If they show up again, don't be overly surprised. But also, that's where we're at. I don't know if you can see on the video, I'm shrugging. But yeah, so let's go around and introduce our characters. I'm Red Rabbit. I will be your host, narrator, storyteller, etc. Let's pass it over to Theta. Theta, why don't you tell us about your character, their mottos, and any goals that you have currently?
Yep, I am Dan, the fighting man. I'm a lemur brute. I have the personality of bold. My motto is I am the greatest. And my only goal right now is to win a fight.
And if things go the way they're going with Alan, you might do that. Well, we'll see. Next up, we've got Arkloid playing Connor.
It's Markload. I play Connor Lavera de Ecrevis, the brazen raccoon knight of Femaruz. His motto is one hand washes the other, and I have the goal of deliver Harmon's final message to Colette.
Cool. Okay, and next we've got Griffin playing the unknown doctor.
That's right, I'm playing the Doctor, the Armadillo Almoner, with an evangelical personality. First, do no harm, second, get paid.
All right, and last but certainly not least, we've got Rafferty playing Anushka.
Hello, world. I am Norman Rafferty. I'm playing Anushka, the Microbat Messenger. I'm effervescent, and my motto is know no fear and serve with joy.
Okay, so you guys know where we are at. Currently, I think Dan and Alan have chests puffed out, and it looks like it might be coming to a head. Alan is very hurt, but he realizes as his hand goes to his belt that he does not have a weapon. He was robbed, if you'll recall. Well, robbed, really taken into slavery, captured by Phalon warriors, and most of his stuff was taken. So as he looks down to his sword belt, he says, "You rapscallion, you're lucky. Had I my weapon on you, I would teach you some manners."
You literally already challenged me to a duel. You cannot back out now. How about this? I won't use any weapons either.
Okay, well,
Fair.
sorry?
Connor just pipes in, "'Tis only fair."
"'Tis only fair." He says, I'm not a brute like this ruffian. Sir Connor, you've done me so many kindnesses. Might I ask that one of your retinue lend me a sword? I quite handy with a blade.
Okay, I gotta interject here because this is
Okay.
So, I'm just gonna sit here watching all of this and just thinking, time to put on an air. It's like, how disgusted I am that she would be so brutish to challenge this person. And then when he offered to fight you with nothing more, with no wood, metal, or steel, but just barehanded with only the gifts that nature have given him, you would then equivocate like this. And to think I once respected you.
Oh,
I'd like to make a roll, which has to include deceit, because I'm telling a lie. I've never respected you.
Oh
Wow.
gosh, we're slowly getting there. It's like, eat this brick. I only love people who eat this brick.
I
Even
normally don't do this,
mechanically
but
insulting.
I am so sick of Artful right now.
I love it. Okay, all right.
That is a mere one success. I don't think I have a favorite use for deceit, but I'm not taking it in deceiving Artful.
Well-
That would be distraction, and I'm not trying to distract him. I'm the center of attention. But that's still one success. So it's like, I'm so disgusted.
Okay, so it's not going to really. Well, you know what? I think it'll get the point across. Alan is respect-wise kind of backed into a corner. If no one's going to lend him a weapon, it's very clear he can't back down if he ever wants to have a shred of honor. If he doesn't want to be, I don't know, yellow-bellied Alan, he's got to commit to this
look,
course
if the
of
coward
action.
wants a weapon, someone give this man a weapon. I don't give a shit. I'm getting
It depends
tired
if
of
someone
waiting.
will. It's on you guys. If anyone wants to, otherwise he's fighting with his little baby claws.
My weapons are sentimental heirlooms and incredibly deadly.
Well,
Connor will hand him a buckler and a mace.
there you go.
Oh Jesus. Okay, he's like, no, I can't. I don't know which end of the mace to hold. Like that's far too heavy.
I roll my eyes audibly.
You ask for a weapon, I've given you a weapon. So now use the weapon. Hit
he
them
will.
with the heavy end.
He'll take the buckler. Oh no, this is weird. Would it be weird to get into a fist fight with a shield? That'd be weird.
No.
No.
Not that weird with a buckler, because a buckler is a fist load.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
hey, I don't know who he thinks he's trying to impress. This is just like, this is not how you do it. You usually just put your dukes up and start having at the Marquis of Queensberry style, and he's not even doing that.
Yeah, he was trying to get out of it, like, I'm unarmed, but no, it's obvious that won't work. So you know what? He'll take it. He'll take the mace. This is not an awkward weapon, is it? Like
No.
a normal person could lift this thing. Okay.
No, mace is a boring one-handed weapon. Think Age of Ultron. Any heavier and it'd lose power in the swing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, it weighs only a little more than an arming sword. It's shorter and all its weight is in its head.
Got it. Okay, good to know. I'm just gonna pull up the stats for that because we
So
may need
it's
them.
not even as awkward to wield like as a baseball bat would be. Because baseball bats,
You could
Definitely.
literally be twirling this around in one hand if you have any wrist strength. He has wrist strength, right?
No, no, he does not. Okay, but he hefts it, and he shrugs and he works his shoulders a little and says, like, "All right, fine. This will do. This will do to teach this villain his place." And as this is going back and forth, you guys are starting to gather a little bit of a crowd. You're currently in the market square of Harrogate. And yeah, people are taking notice. There's a fight circle forming. The I should know his name, but the factotum who is speaking with you, Connor, says, I'm sorry, sir, but I really must insist. Would you mind coming with me? This is common squabbles, certainly. You don't know these individuals, do you?
I know the one, and sir, if you would kindly, I do want to see him get his face pinched in. But yes, let's be more civilized.
Very well. It doesn't look like this will take especially long, I suppose. So, Elbreus, the old shaggy dog noble factotum, will also hang out and watch the fight. So let's have a fight.
All right.
Okay.
I believe that's focus.
Yeah. Let's see. He's just rolling 2d6. I guess that's probably focus for him as well. Let me pull out a token for him. Okay, you rolled higher, so I'll let you take the first action if you would like.
I'll stay in focus. I'll let him go first.
Okay then. All right. He's going to
just-
hold this.
Just stand there calmly, just gesture. Go on.
Come on. Yeah, you can see he's sort of like inching towards you. He looks quite unsure of himself, and pull up his actual stats, which are not that impressive to begin with. So yes, he's going to use first action to guard. He's going to use his second action to close whatever distance he needs to close, and his kitten, get off my desk. And his third action will be to take a timid swing at you, and he's rolling 2d6 to hit with this mace.
I'll break focus to guard.
He gets a 4 and a 2.
And I have Brawling Fighter, so assuming I can use a counter disarm attack.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, let's do it. Yikes, yeah, okay.
Alright, so that's what? 3 damage weak and you're disarmed. I'll
Yep.
just rip the mace out of your hand and hurl it to the ground.
It hits the ground with a clatter, and Alan watches it go, and that's it for his action.
Well, you have to soak 3 weak.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it also does damage. That's right. Okay.
Yep, you can actually kill someone by disarming them. Welcome to Ironclaw.
Here's 4d6, and it looks like he soaked all the damage.
Alright, now
So,
you're
yeah.
reeling.
Indeed.
Alright,
All right.
so now it's my turn. I'm going to keep guarding. I imagine I've got the boxer stance, where I have the fists up near my face, the elbows down near my chest. Just make sure I can block what I can block. And I'm going to go in for a second disarm. I'm going to disarm him with a buckler, because that's technically a
Alright.
weapon.
Okay, you get a bonus d8 for his reeling. He gets a bonus d8 for guarding to his defense. And I guess you can use any defense against a disarm, right? He can't really parry, and he's not a brawler, so he's just going to dodge. But he's a cat, so I believe he gets.
I think for now, I'll make disarm my favorite use of brawling. I'll just reroll one of those d10s.
No, just 1d6. Here we go. D6 and a d8. 8! Haha!
Alright, well, you've done it.
All right. Coming again, but he sees your game, and he twists out of the way, manages to hold on to the buckler. There's oohs and ahs from the crowd. He's going to recover from reeling. He's no longer guarding, and he flicks out his little claws, and he's going to take a swipe at your face. 2d6.
Well, once
Claw
again, I
style.
will counter with a disarm.
Okay.
Cut the claws right off.
Now the buckler. I want to leave him empty without options. Let's
Yeah.
see, it's
Okay.
what,
So some of
1,
the 3
2,
hit.
3,
4.
4. Yep, 4 weak. And
4
I
weak, and he's
frisbee the buckler.
Yep. Connor, you should probably just look after it and just like, oh, I'll have to go pick that up now. All right. He does not soak all of it. He's reeling and he is hurt. You managed to leave a mark. Wham.
I'm sure when the buckler gets frisbee, Connor invents a new compound swear word.
Alright, that's
Okay. Yeah, the crowd is heating up over here. It's quite obvious that this poor bard is about to just get his ass handed to him, but he's not backing down. He's still committed, and now without his.
well, that was his attack. Now it's my turn.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, that's right.
He came at me
his,
with claws.
No,
I just
you're right.
decided to get rid of his buckler. Alright,
So now it's your turn.
yeah, so this time I'm not going to guard. I'm going to aim. I'm going to go for a straight right. Go for a punch.
A punch. Okay. Well, he's going to try to. Well, I guess wait, he can parry with the buckler, right? This is
He
me.
doesn't have a buckler.
Right. Oh, right. Because
I just
disarmed him
literally
of it.
disarmed him of
I
everything.
had my I
Yeah,
had my
he's-
opportunity to parry with it, and
He's
I
probably just
blew
gonna
it.
dodge.
Yeah, just dodge again. Okay. Not the worst he could have rolled.
Didn't he have
But it
2
looks
dice
like still-
before?
2. No, not for his dodge. His dodge is just a d6.
No, okay. So yeah, 2 plus critical plus 1 plus your hurt.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry, that was 4 total?
2
And
plus
he's
3.
rolling.
Sorry, I've still got Myriad Song in my head. Critical in original rules is plus 2 damage or plus 1 damage?
Every 2 successes is another +1.
Plus 1.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. Myriad Song threw me off with the hashtag stuff. It's
Yeah,
all in my head still.
Plus two success, plus 2 damage.
So that's 3, and he's hurt, so that's 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5, because it's +1 for that.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, 5, and he is soaking, and it's not looking good. Okay, soaks it down to 3, but that will definitely give him a mark, an injury that will last him a while.
I punched him in the face and I've injured him. That's got to be blood pouring down. Broken nose
Oh,
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, it's a broken snoot. He stumbles back. He basically falls on his ass. For all intents and purposes, this duel is over. It's quite clear to everyone watching that this guy, if he has the courage to fight, which he doesn't, it would be suicide for him. He's gonna say through, a busted up jaw. He's gonna say, "Yield, yield. Please, spare my life, and you shall never see me again."
Why wouldn't I ever see you again?
I'm trying to say that I will take my leave of your friends, and we shan't cross paths.
Why? Look, man, I don't like you. Doesn't mean I don't ever want to see you again. Come on, let's go get a drink.
Wow. Okay, that's very interesting. I think I'd like a roll for that.
Sure, how about intimidation?
You will drink with me.
Intimidation. You will drink with me? I
That
don't
wasn't a
know.
question. Let's go get a drink.
That wasn't okay, then sure. That could be intimidation. Why not? Okay. That's a success. That's one success. I think Alan looks terrified of you, but he also doesn't know what to make of this situation. So I guess he will nod, unsure of himself, and kind of like trying to stem the flow of blood from his nose. He will get up and follow you to a tavern or a bar if you know of one nearby, and there will be cheers.
I had to sneak my way in here, if you recall.
Well, you know what?
Oh,
You're surrounded
I know
by enough places.
I know several good taverns. I went on a pub crawl with Actor.
Hey, there you go. I remember that.
Yes. I dare say we should reenact it. For we have been through some of the swampiest, most dismal places and witnessed acts of atrocity. Let us see if we can scrub them from our mind.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm just going to throw the idea out there of why that might not work. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to order a round for everybody, and then I'm going to leave.
Yeah, they're not going to fall for that.
No, because he's paying, and I'm going to leave him there. And I'm going to intimidate him into being too afraid to leave.
Artful might be able to pull it off, because the problem is any bartender looks at both of you and doesn't extend either of you credit, because both of you are a bad credit risk. I mean, look at you.
It's, yeah. One of you's bleeding, the other one's not wearing a shirt.
Oh, yeah, two people, yeah. Vagrant guy and beaten up guy walk into a tavern and say, "We're buying a round for everyone." He's just going to look at you and say,
"So the way he talks."
But Artful is artful, so he might be able to convince them.
Yeah, I suppose so. I
mean, he's supposed to be a smooth talker. He got himself into a whole bunch of trouble back in Phelan territory.
That's very true.
By the way, they sell people into slavery here too.
That's very true.
The Middle Age.
Okay,
and the harder rival guns here.
So, so Dan, you are now convincing Alan to convince the bartender that you, Dan, will buy everyone in the tavern a round of drinks.
No.
Is that the situation?
No. And also using the word convince is probably overplaying the hand here. It's more like I order drinks. I order drinks for everybody is what I try to do, right? I'm just going to throw out what I'm trying to do. What I try to do. And then, if drinks get served, I grab Artie here by the shoulder and say, Artie here's paying for it, aren't you? In that firm, scary-ass grip of the hand that just almost knocked him dead.
Gotcha.
To the point where the man, knowing he can't pay for it, is too afraid to not say yes, is what I'm going for.
Okay. This is very interesting. If you give me one more will intimidation and you can get 2 successes on it, then I'll say this works. This whole thing, because it's definitely
Presence. I'll not presence. I'll personality. I'll throw
personality.
You
There you
really want
go.
to do this?
I'm bold.
You're bold. All right. This is bold. And basically that is, as you describe it, is what happens. So the guy looks at, the bartender looks at you and looks at your friend and sees that Artful, it looks like he makes an attempt to look nice when he's not bloody and beat up. And he shrugs and he says, fine, you'll have to put down some. Show me that you've got coin. And Artful will, under your iron grip, sheepishly show that he has accumulated a small bag of coins. Who knows when this happened or where it came from, but he does have some coin on him. The bartender, that's good enough for him. And he shouts, rounds on the house, or rounds on these fine gentlemen. And there's a cheer that goes up from the crowd. And it looks like Artie is going to be left covering the whole tab because you're going to bounce.
Yeah, I down a stein. I imagine it's steins. I don't know what they'd serve in here, but
Oh, this is it's very modern. They mostly wooden cups.
All right, well, I down whatever my drink comes in, and then
Unless we went to a really good establishment, and I don't think they would let us in.
right, no shirt.
I mean,
no
because Connor's
shoes.
not here, right? They pulled Connor away.
Yep.
Well, no, Elbreus wanted to, and Connor said he had to stay and watch.
Yes,
but
he
I
did.
imagine at this point he probably is. Well, what are you doing, Connor?
Well, just as my wrap up, that's where I leave. I
Mhm.
leave him behind.
Gotcha. Holding the tab. Okay.
Well, Connor's got a number of things to do in town. One of them being get Anushka some new guns, but we'd rather wait for that until she's there.
Fair enough.
So, what is my business with this official?
Elbreus says basically that the lady wants to meet you.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes,
you
want
recall.
Iris again.
Yeah, you recall that she is surprisingly young and incredibly bratty, and did not, in Connor's opinion, did not act in a way that befit a woman of status.
Well, that's how the Vaslov raised them here. So, of course, you can't falter for what she was raised to be.
Well, yeah. Also, she is, as far as you know, an orphan, in sole command of her family's fortune, and with just Elbreus as her factotum, right? As sort of like the overseer of her estate. But it seems like he doesn't have a really strong hand on the rudder either, so she just kind of does what she wants. I mean, what sent you guys into up north in the first place is that she's trying to put together a team of elementalists that are going to be war wizards that she intends to lend to the not Harrogate, but like the Bizclavre Royal Army. She wants to create basically like the X-Men. That's like her thing. So she's a kid. She's a child. But yeah, are you going to follow Elbreus?
It's one as well. It was an interesting duty that we went to perform, and it was well up the doctor's alley. We found it was Heliodromes. So she might have something equally interesting that she stumbled upon.
All right. So yes, Elbreus and Connor are going to head to the Lennox estate. Doctor and Anushka, do you guys have other business in town? Do either of you want to join Connor for this?
Oh,
A visit to a stuffy library and insufferable researchers? Count me in.
well, I did learn to read, but also I'm in a town that has real taverns, so I need to go ahead and ditch Artie because, no, I have money that I could spend to buy new guns, but instead I'm going to go to a bathhouse, and I'm going to
Nice.
once again enjoy what the luxuries that money have. Bathing, delousing, good food, wine. I may not have, maybe I'll find somebody I know, maybe I won't. But I'm in the city, so forget these people.
Gotcha. Point of order, and I don't know if Connor's sticking to this. It sounded like Connor wanted to pay for your gun replacements.
That's fine too. He's not going to pay for my night of debauchment.
I don't know. Did you ask him?
No. But
For the guns, I can pay for it when my wealth is refreshed. I don't know if it can be refreshed here.
I'll
yeah,
wait till
so-
later for that.
So
Right now it's off on it's just drinking and bathhousing, at least 6 dinar worth.
all right. You definitely find the places to do that. In fact, you know a lot of those places thanks to your friends, the traveling thespians. So you can easily blow at least 6 dinar, pampering yourself and getting your drink on. Connor, and I guess for everyone else, so I'm considering your return to Harrogate to be the close of a chapter. You guys, when you were in the Phalon territory, had 2 dangerous boss fights and a bunch of smaller encounters and conversations. So I'm comfy with that. So we can consider your wealth recharged now that you're back to civilization, Connor.
Last session you did clear at an end of a chapter. That's why I have 3 experience.
There you go. Okay, so Elbreus leads you, Connor, to the Lennox estate, which is not the library. And as he shows you into the sitting room, the lady Lionella will squeal with joy. She'll jump out of her seat and she'll rush over to you, and then remember herself and give you a very demure curtsy, and say, "Sir Connor, I'm so pleased to see you. Did you bring my fire mage with you?"
Connor will bow. Your fire mage, my lady, turned out to be a mess of heliodromes. They were not well pleased with your question, and we had to answer them likewise. They're no longer of this world. I'm sorry.
It does make you feel better, ma'am. They did reject the invitation outright before attempting to murder us.
Oh, Well then, it seems like you did what you must. I knew that you would not be in any real danger, Sir Connor. Not a knight as brave and noble as you, nor your, friend, and she cocks her head at you, Doctor, and, a questioning look. Obviously, she wants to know who you are, and why your shabby appearance is beclouding her her sitting room.
Oh, I'm just Sir Connor's doctor. Don't mind me.
Oh, well, then I owe you a debt as well, keeping my handsome knight in good health. Sir Connor, I have one more thing I wish to ask of you. I'm sure that you're very busy, of course, but I was wondering if you wouldn't mind. I fear for my very life, sir, and I know that there's only one good noble man left in the world who could protect me, and that man is surely you. Please say you'll do it.
What do you need protection from?
Oh, well, I'm meeting a man, business contact, but his poor reputation, up from Port's Bar, you might have heard of the place, and, well, I intend to do a dealing that may not be entirely recommended by my dear Albreus, but I do believe that it is the best way for me to get my hands on a certain item of great importance and rarity. In any case, I fear that, well, myself being as valuable as I am, and these individuals being as disreputable as they are, well, I would be so much more comfortable if I had you by my side during the transaction. Bodyguarding, if you would. I would pay you, of course, 50 denarii, and 10 more for any friends or extra help that you would want to bring.
While I would gladly take such payment, should you not perhaps heed the words of your advisors? They are here to keep you safe, after all. And if they do not think this man is worth your time, attention, or the danger, should you not at least hear them out?
Oh, Tosh. Albreus, do you hear this? Albreus just gives like a very stoic nod, and she says, Albreus wouldn't know how to, well, he doesn't know how to handle noble affairs like I was. He is tragically unimaginative. Isn't that right, Albreus? And Albreus gives another very stoic nod. And she says, I do realize that you're just concerned for my safety, Lord Connor, but you don't understand. This item, it's one of a kind. Truly would be impossible to come by in any other circumstance, and I just simply must have it.
If only to keep you safe, I will accept this mission, this quest that you give me.
Ah, I knew you would. And again, against all propriety, the little lioness will hug you around the waist, and say, "I'm so happy, Sir Connor. Now, I must prepare. The festival is tomorrow night, and we intend to meet in a private location. Until that time, if there's anything that I can do for you, I could provide you lodgings, perhaps here at my manor, if that would be well, far better than any of the shabby inns in this city. They truly are horrid."
As long as none would think it improprietous that I should stay with such a lady.
Oh.
You have your reputation to look after all.
She giggles. She says, "Oh, Sir Connor, you card. No, I'm sure it'll be quite all right. Isn't that right, Albreus? If it makes you feel any better, we can do so covertly. That sounds like it would be fun. I could have my servants usher you in through the rear entrance. Supposing that would not be insulting to my good lord."
Oh no, not at all.
Very well, then.
Sounds
It
good.
is settled.
You should enjoy some hospitality, Sir Connor.
Oh, I'm sorry. And of course, your man can stay as well if it suits him.
Ah, my thanks.
All right. Well, it is decided. If you don't mind, I do have some studying that I need to do. But I do look forward to our well, bodyguarding. Haha. And in the meantime, I will I will greet you later on tonight for supper if you do plan to attend.
Well, I do. Out of curiosity, what time is the job?
Yes. So she tells you the job is going to be not late at night, like let's say like a 9 p.m. sort of. This festival that is going to be held apparently is an all-night affair. So yeah, 9 p.m. the following night. And I don't remember exactly what time you guys made it back to the city, but let's say that right now it's like afternoon time. So you still have the better part of a day, day-night cycle to gad about town if you'd like to. Oh, and at this point, I guess I should officially offer this as a goal. Bodyguarding, I guess the idea would be to keep Lady Lennox safe during the festival would be the goal.
Oh no. Oh, but this sounds like a fine time. As far as jobs go, enjoying a festival seems like hardly the worst thing we could be doing.
It's just doesn't sound like it's going to be too arduous a job. As excitable as the lady is, she doesn't seem overly foolish.
Oh no, well, not to be rude, I would say that she's incredibly foolish. And mostly because of her narrow vision. Anything not directly in front of her is just simply not interesting. But such is the type of personality, I suppose. Oh, that's right, she's a predator. She looks like...
There you go.
Gosh. Oh, that whole meme. Still,
What you
I'll
talking
go
about
ahead.
there, suspicion?
Still, I'll go ahead and make sure everyone's informed that they have a place to stay here. That should be comfy and free. And I'm going to go and recover some more medicine, just in case we do incur more injuries on the job.
I mean, do you want to be injured? I live to
I have
serve.
medicine for that now. So I've
But
gone
you
ahead
have
and
to be
spent
injured
30
to take-
denarii on that.
Hey, you don't have to be injured to take the opium.
How much is the opium? I should go back and check. Maybe I'll
I
get some
don't
of
think-
that too, real quick.
I don't know if laudanum or anything like that's on the list.
It totally is. Literally
Oh.
straight up opium right here. It's 75 dinar per.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
wow.
God.
But the noted weed is 7.5. I could grab a couple of that.
And that's good noted weed too.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. There you go.
We searched and
sativa.
searched to try and find the actual word they would use for marijuana in the time period. Closest thing we could find was noted weed.
Noted weed. That's pretty good.
It's a Shakespearean reference. Because they
Okay.
had to have it. It just grows. It's weed.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so, right? What? Maybe it says it in the book. How much opium do you get for 75 denarii? That is a lot
much is
of
it?
money.
Doc, how much is it?
75 dinar. It says 1/8 stone.
Yeah, so that's like 2 pounds of opium. How far that goes, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
Very
neither am I.
far, considering you would probably shave off a little bit into a pipe.
It's
Or
a kilo, and you
Right?
usually so that's a whole kilo of opium.
Okay. So yeah,
Yeah,
it
but I
could last
mean-
you a while.
As addictive as it is, though.
Yeah.
Usually, laudanum I think is when you water it down, but laudanum might not be appropriate at the time period.
And it also depends on how much pain you're trying to get rid of.
I put the whole
Mm.
brick into the pipe.
There we go.
Turn into Dr. House. You're not even taking it for the pain anymore.
Yeah.
What
Perhaps
kind of doctor would I be if I didn't abuse medical supplies?
perhaps
Mm.
future editions will expound more upon the vices of the Renaissance.
Well, we see a lot in them. I think of Deadwood, and the
Hot.
woman who's just like using it to cope.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
because you know about morphine? They didn't.
This is old nonsense. I worship orchimency. I do it for fun.
Yeah, you gotta watch that.
Made excuses.
Getting opium addicted for fun.
Oh.
Well, none of the hard stuff for me. I'm just off it someday. Actually, they probably have noted weed, but mostly probably Boca and Dosma, which is imported tobacco.
Meanwhile, the doctor is out there stealing harpsichords for his next fix.
Yeah. Well, 6 dinar. I'm not that rich, but just booze for me.
Are you not? Did you already blow through everything Harmon gave you?
No,
I have.
but like I said, I'm a city girl. You don't blow through it. I'm effervescent, not stupid.
I like Griff says I have. Yeah, Harmon didn't give you anything. Harmon gave the 2 people present money. I don't know what you were doing.
Harmon paid me back for the gun that we lost.
Yeah, no, I mean before. Remember, before he entered into the fight with the Marigna overseer,
No,
standing on the hill overlooking everything, he gave you and Connor like I don't know 300 dinar each or something like that.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Well,
I just wish I could save him.
better he gave it to us than to the to the goblins who have him now.
Oh yeah, I seem to recall that was the whole point, right? He said, if you guys want to run away now, here's some money. I appreciate everything so far.
I'm gonna have this big giant scar where I was hit by a 16-pound sword.
Look, let's not be sad about the loss of Harmon. I'm sure any moment now he's becoming the Marigna himself, so he did get the sword he wanted.
He was in deep breathing.
Fast camera cut where he's Conan pushing a wheel now. What's best in life, Harmon?
And then what's best in life, and then it's just the guying. Like just incessant guying. So this we drink, we sing bawdy songs. I don't know these people are strangers. They were strangers yesterday, they'll be strangers tomorrow. But tonight they are good bosom friends.
There you go. All right. Speaking of bosom-y friends, sorry, that was a loaded transition. What I wanted to say is that during your revelries there, Anushka, you do run into a familiar face.
Uh-oh.
It is one Tess the Ineffable, the acrobat juggler thespian who shared the road with you as you guys traveled to Harrowgate, and then showed you around town.
For this.
She says her eyes go wide, and she has similarly an effervescent personality where she tends to overreact to things. But when she sees you, she sorry?
We are the worst. I also overreact to things. We are the worst.
There you go. It's true.
Oh
it's
my God,
one of those like
up.
Together they cause crime.
Yeah.
And what species is Tess again?
A squirrel.
So she's a squirrel, chitters all the time. I'm a bat who screams all the time. This is great. People love us. Everyone with keen ears loves us.
As you're sitting around, as you're in this tavern, there's a bunch of like large wolves sort of like hunched over their drinks and talking and laughing, and then as the two of you just start like babbling, you can just see ears fold. Like everyone just cringes at the sound of it.
It was like a sword, like you.
Yep.
But anyway, tell me about what you've been up to, because it's way cheerier than me. I've been in the mud.
She says, "Oh, we've actually been performing for the royal court here as well, which is very, very exciting. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe. I have to tell you so much about so many things.
More booze in you right now."
Oh my God, I'm so glad that you are safe. I hadn't seen you in over a week or something, and it's just so great to have you back.
It's been like 2 weeks. Yeah, we went into the sticks, literally.
Oh my goodness, it sounds dangerous.
Yeah, but I came back.
And
that's what's important. I'm not, those people are haunted by the dark things they've seen. That's not. I just take all that darkness and just squeeze it down to a tiny little ball, compartmentalize it inside myself. Like a normal, rational person does. More drink.
More drink. Oh, Nishka, you're so brave. Yeah, Tess is she seems like there's something that's weighing heavy on her mind when she listens to your stories, the stories of your adventure. And she says,
I'm a terrible storyteller, by the way.
Really? Terrible storyteller?
I have none of the skills necessary to tell a story. I have all enthusiasm and no storytelling.
Got it. So it's like you just lose track halfway through any tale.
incessantly.
Yep. It turns out that like
Is
half
a
of the
pale
storytelling
sound and fury signifying nothing.
signifying exactly, and like an improportionate part of the description is on just how irritating Artful Alan was the entire trip.
Oh my god, I'll talk all about how annoying Artful Alan.
So as the night carries on, or I guess the evening, Tess will, she's getting more and more drunk, and she's at one point you can tell that there's something obviously on her mind. She's not being subtle about it. She's doing that thing where she like takes a big breath to say something important and then just kind of deflates and then looks kind of like and you can tell that she's waiting for you to pull it out of her.
Well, oh, that closed for some reason. I do have all the necessary skills to pull something out of somebody. So, because that's who I am.
Okay.
Yep, here it is. All right, I'll get her to spell.
Let's see.
That is inquiry. I have 1 success.
Hey, okay.
I can only roll again if she also tells me the address of where it is.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But the thing is, you can tell she really wants to get this off her chest. So 1 success will be enough to open the floodgates. She says this in terms that are irritatingly vague, but she says, so you know that we are performers and that we got ourselves a meeting with royalty, right? I can't say exactly who, and I can't say exactly for what reasons, but I can say that on occasion we take side jobs. We need a little bit of extra money to make ends meet. And so we have kind of become found ourselves in the employ of certain we'll just say high-ranking members of the Bisclavret royalty.
Sure.
Anyway.
You don't have to impress me.
No. That's not what this is. Not at all. Really, I shouldn't be telling anyone. It's just because I feel like we're sisters. I feel like
we're best friends.
Best friends. Exactly. I feel the same way.
I don't want you to think that it's my desperation or the alcohol talking right now, but you are my soulmate.
Oh my god, I was thinking the same thing.
I know, right?
So if I can't trust you, if I can't tell this to my soulmate, who can I tell? And it's just been eating inside of me. I have to tell someone.
You can trust me and everyone with keen ears in this bar.
Which is, I mean, luckily enough, I think everyone else in this bar is trying their hardest not to hear your conversation. But we'll
pretty
see.
raucous too, so yeah.
Yeah.
White noise at this point.
Yeah. So she says, anyway, so we have occasionally carried messages. I mean, you know, your messenger, but we've occasionally carried sensitive messages to other domains. Because, you know, who would think of just traveling performers, right? Like, we can fly under the radar. Sorry?
I said, who would think of traveling messengers as deliverers of secret messages part of a spy network? Well, at this time period, pretty much everybody.
Pretty much everyone. Well, maybe no points for creativity, but she says, well, you know, no one's ever...
I'm sure she says it sincerely, but it's also like, so a bunch of strangers barely speak our language and are professional liars? Oh, no one would suspect you of anything.
Yep. Well, she says, well, so anyway, so now you know my dirty secret, but I, well, we have a letter and we're supposed to leave Harrogate and take it back to the Avoirdupois lands, which I'm sorry, they're very, very nice. The last time I was there, but I'm just concerned because I've heard that this war in the East is getting worse and the roads are terrible. Anyway, I know that you were traveling with Sir Connor and that...
Shut up. I'm going to put my hand in her face. Shut up. I'll do it.
Oh, would you? Oh, Anushka.
This is but a small kindness I can do for you. You taught me how to enjoy life. You taught me everything I know about dancing. How can I say no to a favor. I will happily take the message. Who's it for? If you say Connor, this is like the easiest thing I've ever done.
It is not Connor. It
Ah.
is.
So close.
Oh God, no! Wait, hold please. Loading. Nope. You know what? We're just gonna gen up someone new. Use my awesome random NPC generator.
Unfortunately, I don't have the language of the night speech. There is specifically a language only for people who echolocate.
And you don't have it.
Perfect way to keep quiet. Screeching.
I'm raised in the city. It doesn't come up a lot.
Gotcha.
And it's usually used by suspicious and crazy characters. It's like I deliver a handwritten message. It doesn't come up a lot. It's like the secret howling language. It's like that's useful in Phelan domain, but not very useful other places.
Makes sense. Okay, so she says that in Ferme Rouge there is a tavern, and that is owned by one half-faced Ludovico.
Ludovico.
He's a dole. He's not native to the.
Yeah, with a name like that, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, but he owns a small tavern. Don't tell him, it's not very good. But in any case, this message is for his eyes only. But if you can take it to him and you tell him that it is from.
Can you describe him so I know what it looks like?
Yes. Well, so. He's very distinct. No one knows he has a mysterious past, but he claims to have been a fighter in his day, and he has quite a terrible scar on one side of his face.
Well, can you like height, weight, pelt, that sort of thing?
Yeah. He's tall. He looks as at one time he might have been well muscled, but it has all gone to fat, all to his belly. He's got a bit of a beer belly. And he has a brown pelt.